All right, folks, let's talk about politics here in the nation's capital. Yesterday, Congress, of course, had to address the issue of Hurricane Harvey relief. Speaking of hurricanes, a deal was cut yesterday in the White House between Republicans, Democrats, and Donald Trump. What is shocking to folks in the nation's capital is that Trump sided with Democrats when it came to the debt ceiling as well. So what is the problem there? Well, he overruled his own Treasury Secretary, as well as Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell in siding with the deal with Senate Democratic Leader Chuck Schumer, as well as House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi. What does this all mean for this president when it comes to the debt ceiling? What does it mean also when it comes to Republicans who are not happy at all? Here is yesterday, Senator Chuck Schumer.
Today was a good day in a generally very partisan town. And let's hope we can continue to work together for the good of Americans.
Well, the deal postpones until December a bruising fight over a variety of issues, including raising the debt ceiling. Trump signaled that he might be willing to support some form of legislation that would formalize the Obama-era program known as DACA, which shields undocumented immigrant children brought to the U.S. from deportation, even though he just moved to phase it out. Trump says a meeting with the lawmakers was his only word he probably knows these days. Great.
We walked out and everybody was happy. Not too happy because you can never be too happy, but they were happy enough. And it was nice to see that happen for a change because that hasn't happened for a long time.
All right, folks, let's go to our panel on my far left. But he's actually on the far right. Ralph Chittum is principal, Black Elephant Consultants, Republican consultant. Lauren Victoria Burke, political analyst and writer for NBC Black. Eugene Craig III, CEO of the Eugene Craig Organization, Republican out of Maryland. All right. So, Ralph, what's the deal here? Republicans are mad that Trump chose to cut a deal with the Democrats. But last I checked, something has to get done in this city. And if you look at when President Obama was there, Republicans didn't want to do jack with this president. Trump decides to say, look, I'm not wasting my time with McConnell and Ryan overrules them. We're not happy at all. What's the problem?
Well, two things I see here. One, this is clear proof that all of this talk about we need to impeach Donald Trump coming from Democrats is crazy, because if they get rid of Donald Trump, Mike Pence is coming up behind him, and they're going to have a much harder time dealing with the Mike Pence president than they are with the Donald Trump president, because I have said, and I will continue to say, that Donald Trump is clearly no conservative, and most of the time he's barely a Republican. So they need to stop this impeachment stuff and work with this guy, because he's the best game they've got. Now, as far as the Republicans are concerned, I see Donald Trump as playing a long ball chess game, because by not giving a financial deal through the end of 2018, now Republicans, the establishment Republicans, cannot hide. They're going to have to take votes on the record during the 2018 midterm elections, and they can't hide behind the fact that they don't have to do it now because we have this financial deal and we can just kick everything down the road. Donald Trump is putting the establishment Republicans on notice that they're going to have to take stands and they're going to be held accountable to their constituents.
Lauren, here's what we saw. We saw with the Affordable Care Act, the House Freedom Caucus, all the drama they brought to it. One of the reasons Speaker John Boehner is cutting his own grass right now in Ohio is he said because the House Freedom Caucus, he said if they had 12 issues on their agenda and you gave them 11, they would still shut the government down over that one because they want all 12.
And this is why Paul Ryan has nothing to whine about, because he can't even get his own votes together. So basically the president avoided yet another scene of Mark Meadows coming out and basically blowing everything up, because the House Freedom Caucus,
for folks who are at home who don't know,
is the chair of the House Freedom Caucus, member from Florida, never happy with anybody, because that's their whole MO. They're never happy with anything.
Hardcore right-wing fiscal conservative.
Yeah, no matter what the deal is, they've got some problem with it, because this is the Tea Party. This is the last vestiges of the Tea Party. So that part I thought Trump did quite well Ralph is absolutely right about the calculus with regard to the election coming up, because, you know, you come back in 3 months. What Ryan and McConnell wanted to do was push the debt vote till after the election,
after 2018.
which made sense, which made complete sense. And now McConnell finds himself putting a $15 billion spending bill on the floor last night because he has to agree with the president. But I actually think what happened was the president really doesn't know what he's doing, so he sort of stumbled into this. You know, 20 minutes from now, he might tweet something in complete contravention with what he just did.
Especially when Fox and Friends criticizes it.
Right.
I think he did know what he was doing.
But
that actually is true. He might have. But this one he might have.
We agree.
Eugene, here's the deal. Okay, and I will rip Trump a new one every single time. But this is how I see this. I see this as where Republicans refuse to do anything like this with President Barack Obama. Here you have Democrats who say, okay, we could play the game of make this thing so hard where we can't even cut a deal, where they're saying, look, DACA is real. Hurricane Harvey is real. At some point, somebody has to be grown-ups. For 8 years, Republicans were not grown-ups with President Obama. Democrats are saying, yeah, we might really despise this guy, but we still have to lead in this country.
The thing is this, Donald Trump, you know, for all the talk of draining the swamp, what showed yesterday is that he has officially become the swamp. He kicked the can.
He was always the swamp.
He was always the swamp, but now it's like, hey, I'm a card carrying, pats on the shoulder, swamp card member. He did the politically stupid and inept thing to do. I'm being honest here. First and foremost, he kicked the can down the curb, you know, only 3 more months. You're going to have a huge debt ceiling fight come December, among other things. Secondly, you know, yeah, it's okay for Democrats to play nice with them now, but, you know, come 2019 when, you know, you're looking at potential, at least Democrat majority in one of those houses. Let's see how those impeachment talks, how he feel about Schumer and Pelosi then. Thirdly, if he wants anything else done on his agenda for over the next year and a half, he's going to need Republican votes, and you don't get that by putting it in the Republican.
Not true. But see,
he's not going to get a wall.
Ralph may be right about something else. It might have been deliberate because he does not like McConnell and Paul Ryan. So
he's not going to get rid of either of them.
He's going to have to take positions on issues going into the midterm election.
But here's the other deal. Here's the other deal. Which is here's the other. No. Follow me. Here's the other deal, which was my criticism with the Republicans under President Obama. They had this rule that, look, we got to have 218 votes to get our caucus before we move anything. Where Trump is saying, okay, on some of this stuff, if I can side with them, I can pick up 180 Democrats. I only need 40 Republicans.
Yeah,
see,
the thing is this. The thing is this.
And what's the
when
problem
it came,
with
when,
yeah, what's the problem?
Why is that a problem?
I don't have.
Isn't that leadership though?
I don't have an issue.
No, what it is it's not playing the partisan game and saying, "No, wait a minute. There are 435 House members. They're all elected to vote." I've always said I prefer to put it on the floor and let people vote on it versus, well, if we can't get the votes only in our caucus, we're not even going to bring it up.
But remember, we're still pairing the money, the extension, and CR with the Harvey relief.
Got it.
So you're still not getting straight up and down. It was a step forward because the math is not good for the
It's called something got done.
The math does not work for the Republicans.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.